Get rid of them hoes. Get rid of that nigga. You're not happy for others. That's why it's not happening for you. Social media is fake. Real life is real life. Like, before women leave the situation physically, we've already left the relationship mentally and emotionally. And women these days in 2022, baby, we the new niggas. You just can't stop thinking about him at night. This man don't even know you. Just go shoot your shot. Have sex on the first date. Yes, I can't date you because you got kids. Bitch, you have kids.
Real ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga. Big Birkin bag, hold 5, 6 figures. Stripes on my ass, so he call his pussy figure. Fucking on a scamming ass, rich ass nigga. Same group of bitches, ain't no ass to the picture. Drop a couple rights, watch his ass get thicker. Drinking on licking, I'm looking at your nigga. If it's money right, he can eat it like a sticker. I ain't got.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Bri, and I'm back with another video. Did you miss me? Yeah, I miss you. I know y'all probably like, bitch, what the you been at? Y'all, I know I've been MIA on my channel. It hasn't been that long though. Probably, yeah, it's been like 2 months. It ain't been too long. But girl, I was going through some things. I had to get through some things, so you know. And I just don't like to come on my channel like with no type of dry personality. I like to give you all like energy, and I just felt like I wasn't there all the way with my energy, so I just took like a little break from posting content. But I'm back like I never left, big and better. Big Bri, not the little one. I just wanted to say that. But yeah, we gonna go ahead and get straight into this video. This is actually something that's kind of like a little different, not too much, but it's a little different. I normally do like sit down talk videos, but I'm normally doing like a tutorial or something. Today I'm just gonna be doing like a little girl chit chat. This is basically my opinion on different topics and different things that I feel like a lot of women can relate to. And some women may just need advice on certain things or how to handle certain situations. And this is just my opinion based off my own experience. You don't have to agree with everything that I'm saying, but if you have a disagreement, that's completely fine. You can comment down below why you disagree, or if you think, you know, certain things should be handled differently. I wouldn't mind you comment down below what you think or whatever. Just keep it cute. Keep it real cute, okay? Okay. But we're gonna go ahead and get straight into this video. Make sure y'all, if y'all haven't already, make sure y'all go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to your girl. And turn on your post notification bell so that you can be notified the next time I upload a new video. And we're gonna go ahead and get straight into this video, period. Had to go fix my lash because my lashes was definitely giving me hater vibes. I don't know why my lashes don't never want me to be great, but anywho. We're gonna go ahead and jump straight into these topics, and I picked some very interesting topics to talk about, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. The first topic is how to build confidence as a woman, or how to be confident as a woman. I feel like confidence is basically something that every woman should have in herself, especially black women, and I put emphasis on black women because I feel like black women, we take a lot of like insult. Like, I feel like we're very misunderstood, and I just feel like people just speak so negatively about black women, whether it's, oh, she's bitter, or she's ghetto, or she's ratchet, or she's loud, or she's always mad, she always got an attitude, she ratchet as hell because she got that bonnet on, oh, look at them, they just, you know, like, it's just always something negative. I feel like no matter what situation we're put in, whether we were the victim or the villain, I feel like people will always try to pinpoint what did she do or what did she say to put herself in this situation. So I just feel like you have to be a very strong-minded person. You have to be very strong just in general to like get through everyday life, like in this society, like that's just, I feel like is for the majority, not everybody, but for majority of the world, they just like, I don't know what it is, like they're just against us. They're against women altogether. Like, with everything that's been going on lately, I just feel like you have to be confident, because I feel like a lot of women, they lack confidence because they are always trying to seek validation. So I feel like in order to be confident, you gotta stop giving a fuck about what everybody else has to say about you. Stop caring about what other people think and how they feel and what they got to say about you. If it's something you want to wear it. If it's a job you want, go for it. If it's a degree you want, go for it. If it's a business you want to own, go for it. If it's a hairstyle you want to wear, go for it. Like, stop caring what other people think, because I guarantee you will never be happy, you will never be satisfied if you continue to live your life for other people and what they think. And start by getting rid of the negative people in your circle. Who gives a fuck about what strangers have to say? Start with getting rid of the people that's close to you every single day, because if you don't have people around you that's lifting you up and building you up and encouraging you and always has something negative to say, baby, get rid of them like tomorrow. I mean, not be trying to be motivational and saying the wrong thing. Get rid of them like yesterday. I'm sorry, I've been listening to Glorilla and Cardi B all damn weekend, ever since they dropped it remix or whatever. Get rid of them like yesterday, especially these bomb ass, no good ass, fucking intimidated ass niggas. That's what it is. It's intimidation. They are jealous of you, and that's why they can't compliment you. They knew you were a bad bitch before they met you, and now that they have you, they think they could just tear you down by telling you, oh, your lash is too big, or you need to stop wearing them wigs, or your legs showing, or you got too much makeup on, why you got that on, da, da, da. They just don't want you. They know you a bad bitch. They just don't want you to be a bad bitch for nobody else, because they don't want nobody else to have you. That's intimidation. That's jealousy. And the same thing with these girl groups. Like, you might have a friend that's very envious of you. If you notice your friend never compliments you, or she just always got some hater shit to say, I just feel like you can't have that type of environment around you if you're trying to build confidence. And build confidence within yourself. Like, speak positivity into yourself. Speak highly of yourself. Even if it's getting up every morning and speaking morning affirmations. Walking past the mirror every chance you get. Walk past the mirror and be like, damn, bitch, you fine as fuck. Like, you that girl. You that bitch. Like, you have to speak that positivity into yourself. You cannot count on other people to speak that into you. Yes, sometimes compliments help boost up your confidence and your self-esteem, but that's not everything. That's like, that shit don't matter. You have to still, at the end of the day, be confident, because I guarantee you, those same people that you seeking validation from, if they disappear off this earth today, you still gotta live your life for you. So why do you give a fuck what they have to say? So I just feel like you have to, like, get your ass up in the morning, take off those faded, bleached stains, hair dye stained joggers that you done had since middle school that you wear every time you go to the grocery store. Yes, you. Take off that faded ass family reunion shirt. You ain't gotta throw it away, because I know it probably means something dear to your heart and your family. Take that shit off, because it's so faded we can't even see who on the picture no more. We can't even see Auntie Maddie no more. That shit then faded away. Take that shit off. Go get you a cute little lounge set. And if you got a man that does lift you up and compliment you, and you ready to cater to that nigga, go get you some nice lingerie, some cute little pajamas to wear around the house. Look the part, feel the part, smell the part, and I guarantee you gonna thank you that bitch. Like, you just gotta get yourself up and going. Like, my way of building my confidence is just looking good. I love to shop. I love to wear clothes. Like, I love clothes. I love everything about clothes. Like, I'm always shopping. Always shopping. I just started getting into makeup, like, within, like, the last year. I used to not wear makeup. I used to just wear, like, the normal lashes, do my eyebrows, eyeshadow, or whatever. But now I'm into, like, beat my face. You don't have to, like, wear makeup if you're not into makeup. If you're naturally beautiful. I'm not saying I'm a bad bitch. I don't need makeup. But it enhances your beauty. Go get your hair done. If you can't afford to get your hair done, we got YouTube, we got Pinterest, we got TikTok now, we got Instagram Reels, like Facebook Reels. Like, we have so many, like, different platforms to teach you. So there's no excuses. That's my advice on how to build your confidence. Speak positivity into yourself. Speak highly of yourself. Picture yourself on this throne where you got this crown, and your crown cannot be tilted no matter what nobody got to say about you. Stop speaking down on yourself. Stop letting others speak down on yourself. And if you have people around you that's speaking down on you, get rid of them. Like yesterday, for real. Get rid of them hoes. Get rid of that nigga. Because I guarantee you, I guarantee you, when you start feeling yourself, when you start boosting yourself up and not giving a damn what they got to say, they gonna be looking at you like, bitch, what? Yeah, because they some haters. They some haters. Don't let that stop you from being confident in yourself. Carry yourself well, talk well, walk well, dress well, smell good, and just stand out in a room full of people. You want them to be like, damn, who is that? So if it's an outfit that you like, that you want to put it on. Because I guarantee you, nobody else thought to put that outfit on. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you confident. And your confidence is going to be the loudest thing in the room. So I feel like confidence is very important, especially in the cruel world that we live in. And then like social media altogether, like I feel like it's just tearing women down altogether because everybody thinks they have to have a BBL, whatever, to look a certain, no. If you want your body to look like this Instagram model, but you don't want to get surgery, or you scared to get surgery, don't go get surgery. Don't put yourself under that pressure. If you ain't got the money, don't put yourself under that pressure. Go to a gym, work out. And if you just one of them ones that, you know, you just lazy and don't feel like going to the gym, baby, embrace what you have. Either do something about it to change it, or just embrace what you have. Everybody has their insecurities. Everybody has their flaws. Everybody has something that they don't like about themselves. Trust me, all these Instagram models, all these baddies on Instagram, they got insecurities as well. It's something that they don't like about themselves. But their confidence, you would never know. You would never know because they have the highest confidence. So yes, that's all I can say, boo, is build yourself up. If you don't have nobody else to build you up, build yourself up. Okay, so since we're on the topic of social media, my next topic is social media influence versus real life. Now this is like, I feel like this is very important to discuss because I am also one of those ones that I used to compare myself a lot. I still kind of do sometimes, and I have to like catch myself, and I have to really like encourage myself and stop downplaying, you know, what I have going on, because I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I went to school to be a nurse. Like, I've always wanted to be a nurse. I've always wanted to work in healthcare since I was a little girl. But it's like, once I actually started working in the healthcare field, I'm just like, this is not for me. Like, I don't know what it is about, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing wrong with the 9 to 5. I'm still working a 9 to 5 until I get my, you know, whatever I got going on, until I get to a certain place in life where I want to be with my career or my entrepreneurship. I'm still working a 9 to 5. There's absolutely nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5. I just feel like, for me personally, that's not for me. I don't see myself working for somebody the rest of my career. I don't want to answer to nobody else. I don't want nobody else all over top of me, you know, hounding me about certain things. Like, I want to make my own schedule. I want to go as I please. Like, I want to vacation as I please. I just feel like I'm the type of person, I just can't work for nobody. And I know it's not for me, because every job I go to, I never get along with my supervisors. I never get along with my supervisor. I'm always unhappy. I'm always upset when I go to work, because I can't. I want to work for myself. Like, I want to answer to myself. And so I went to school to be in the medical field. That was what I wanted to do. I worked in pediatrics for the last 4 years. I just quit my job and walked out on faith last year, like just last year. And I was just like, I was a medical assistant. I didn't go back for RN because I just feel like that's not what makes me happy. I feel like at the end of the day, you have to do what makes you happy. So I've been, you know, trying to build up my YouTube channel, trying to build up my social media, because I want to become an influencer. I want to become a social media influencer, a content creator, and I also want to own businesses. I already own a business. I started my business last year, Pretty Envy, shout out to her, but it's an online clothing boutique. I just took a little break because I want to rebrand and then soon relaunch one day, and I want to start multiple businesses. I want multiple streams of income. I'm tired of living day by day, paycheck to paycheck, and I see what social media does for people and their businesses, and I see what social media has done to help people grow from being you know, in a certain lifestyle to now this big, like, and it's not even about being famous. It's not even about being, you know, the most known person in the world. I love living a private life. I love people not being in my business. But I feel like I have the personality to do this YouTube thing. I have, you know, the personality to promote, like, you know, myself, like, and I'm like I said, I'm into clothes, I'm into fashion. That's what made me start a clothing boutique. I'm into like looking cute, I'm into like wearing lashes or whatever. So one day I want to, like, you know, like, I'm not gonna speak too much on what I want to do next as far as my businesses, because, you know, you never know who's listening in, who's praying down on your downfall. But I feel like there's more out there for me. And plus, I just feel like we work so hard with these 9-to-5 jobs. We work so hard with the little shitty ass pay they giving us. We basically paying bills when we get paid, and then we like trying to pinch pennies and figure out another way to hustle real quick and make some quick money, because we still gotta put food on the table. We still gotta feed our kids. We still gotta, you know, we still want to enjoy life. And I just feel like, me personally, it's not for me. So I always used to compare myself to women who were much younger than me, and that's not even being on no hater shit. I used to be like, well, damn, like, you know, she only 20 and she already, you know, a thousandaire. Like, she already, her business is already, you know, flourishing. Like, what's taking me so long? Like, I'm always comparing myself. So I had to like actually sit back and think and talk to myself, like, Brianna, you just turned 30. Like, chill out. It's not that deep. Like, yes, I've always said as I was growing up, I wanted to be married. I wanted to have this many kids. I wanted to have this kind of job at age 30. But it's like, when you're actually living in reality, things do not go as planned. God has a plan for you. You can't plan your life out for yourself. God has your plan already, you know, in order. So you just follow his footsteps. You just, you know, continue to be consistent and continue to do what you're doing, and I guarantee your blessings will come when it's your timing. And I had to like really sit back and tell myself, like, everything is going to happen in God's timing. It's not going to happen in your timing. And I had to also remind myself that social media wasn't popping. It wasn't as popping as it is now. Like, we had, you know, Tag, we had MySpace, we had like, but those were just like for us to like decorate our page and put on our little background music and to keep up with our friends that we went to school with. It wasn't like, you know, different businesses promoting. It wasn't social media. It wasn't a such thing as social media influencers. So I feel like when I was 20 years old compared to this other girl that's 20 years old that has like a hair business, and her hair business now, she's making thousands. She got, you know, a couple thousand of followers. Her inventory is just like, you know, it's always being sold out. I had to think about it. Like, she has Instagram now. She has TikTok now. She has different social media platforms to promote her business. When I was 20 years old, you know, if I would have started a business back then, it would have been hard for me to like, you know, promote myself. And also, I feel like, you know, if you're trying to be a TikToker, if you're trying to make money and be monetized on TikTok, back then when I was 20, a couple years ago, like, we wasn't even allowed to have our phones in school. We wasn't even allowed to have our phones in school. We would go get sent to ISS, in school suspension, or we would get suspended for having our phone. Like, we would get written up. And I just feel like today, like, when you look on TikTok, it's, you know, teenagers doing their TikToks with their teachers in class. So I just feel like they have way more opportunity and way more access to certain things to help them make this money or make something out of themselves. Like, they have way more opportunity than we did. We were always told when I was in high school, we needed to go to college. We had to have a college degree. We had to, you know, become this. We had to do this to make money. As long as we had a degree, we was gonna be good. And it's like, now I got this degree and I'm like, I'm still struggling. Like, you know, where's the money that y'all, you know, said we was gonna have? I'm in debt with student loans. Like, you know, I just felt like back in that time, I'm not gonna say back in the day like I'm old, like 10 years ago when I was in high school, like, I feel like we didn't have as much opportunity to promote ourselves, to like build our brands or become entrepreneurs, because we were told we needed a college degree. And there's nothing wrong with a college degree. People who have college degrees are a lot more successful than others. Like, you know what I'm saying? And people who don't have college degrees are a lot more successful than others. I just feel like whatever is destined for you, whatever is God's plan for you, that's what's going to happen for you. You can't like compare what's happening for others to what's happening for you. And I just feel like maybe you're just not in a space yet to receive those blessings from God. Like maybe he wants you to like grow up a little bit more. Maybe he wants you to mature a little bit more. Maybe he wants you to reevaluate your circle, the people around you, because everybody's not gonna make it to the top with you. Maybe he wants you to, you know, raise your kids first. Maybe he felt like maybe, you know, when you had smaller children, you weren't gonna be able to do it. Not saying, you know, because God, he believes in all of us, you know, obviously, but maybe it's you never know how his plan is set up for you. So you have to stop beating yourself down. And y'all gotta stop saying, oh my gosh, like it must be nice to travel, it must be nice to do this. They, you know, people always get to travel. All these social media influencers, that's all they do is travel. They get to go spend money, they get to wake up when they want to. That didn't happen overnight for them. And just because you see somebody with a Birkin bag, or you see somebody with a Rolls Royce, or you see somebody with all these chains, just because you see somebody with, you know, all these different Chanel bags, all these different clothes, that does not mean that that is what's truly and genuinely making them happy. Everybody is still going through their own storm behind closed doors. Social media is just what it is. It's social media. A lot of these people, they're not gonna post all the bad things or all the struggles or all the unhappiness that they're going through behind closed doors. That's not what they're promoting. That's not what they're building their brand off. They're not building their brand off sadness or unhappiness. You never know what these people are going through. Just because you see them on vacation all the time, that don't mean that behind closed doors they're not crying every night. Or, you know, you gotta stop comparing. And if you want to travel, go travel. Save up your money. It might take you a little bit longer versus somebody who has the money to go buy a ticket the next night when they say they want to go to Mexico. It might take you a little bit longer. You got to take off work. You got to find a babysitter for your kids. You got to save up this amount of money. You got to make sure these bills is paid first. You got to go shopping first. Like, okay, it might take you some time, but at least you still gonna be going to Mexico. Like, we got to stop comparing ourselves to social media. Social media, I'm telling you, it's all fake. It's all a cover-up. Like, again, these people are probably going through the same thing we go through every day. They're just going through it with money. And I just feel like, yeah, they say money can't buy happiness. Maybe it can help, you know, the people who, you know, the poor people, like the people who don't have it like that. It probably would help us out, but I just feel like it still doesn't buy happiness. Look at all these people that are on these huge platforms, all these celebrities that have taken their own lives because they weren't happy. Like, so I just feel like we gotta stop comparing ourselves to what's happening on social media. Okay, she got proposed to. We see a happy video of this couple. This man is proposing. Everybody's so happy, and you're sharing the reel, and you're just like, oh my gosh, please, God, it's me again. Please send my husband. Da da da. You don't know if she went home later on that night and got her ass whooped by that same man. The same thing with, and it's not to compare what I just said to their situation, but the same thing with India and Dirk. Nobody would have ever known that Dirk was cheating on India. And it's just like, wow, just out of the blue. After we've been saying they couple goals or they this, they that, we would have never known. So you just never know what these women and these men are going through behind closed doors. So we just got to stop comparing what they have going on to what we have going on. And if we want the same things that they have going on, or we want the same life that they're living, we just got to work for it. This stuff did not happen to them overnight. They put in work. Like, nobody just woke up and was just rich. And let's say, you know, of course, Blue Ivy, you know, the Kardashian kids, they woke up rich because their parents are rich. So let's just face it, they rich kids. Unless you was born into that, like, none of these, all these people will tell you like they came from the hood, they came from this, they came from that, they've been in jail, they, you know, like, they will tell you their life story, and it's just like, it was their timing. Maybe they met the right people. Maybe they was around the right people at the right time. I just feel like you got to put yourself out there. You got to promote yourself. Whether you're in a small 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment right now. If you want to make a YouTube channel, make your YouTube channel. I'm in my 2-bedroom apartment right now. I'm not in a mansion. I don't have the best lighting, but guess what? I bought me a ring light. I'm gonna make it look like something. I got me a camera now, so like, you know, I don't have to have the best lighting. I don't have to have all these camera productions to make content. Like, you just gotta work with what you got to get to where you want to. Like, fake it till you make it. Stop comparing yourself to social media, because reality happens every second of the day. You can make it tomorrow, and if you're not humble, or if you don't have anything to humble you, like from your past, like from you struggling, you being broke, or you being homeless, or you going through this and that to get to where you are, once you make it and you're not humble, as quick as God gave it to you, he'll take it from you. So you have to have something to humble you. So like, that's what I'm saying. You don't know what these people went through to get to where they are now. You don't know what these people went through. So maybe what you're going through right now is building you up for when you are successful, for when you are on that certain platform, or whatever degree you're trying to get to in life, whatever status you're trying to be. Like, if you want to be the next president, if you want to be the next rapper, if you want to be the next actress, like, just continue to just live your life for you. I can't say that enough. Just live your life for you. Stop living your life for other people. And back to the BBLs, like, we have to stop as women comparing ourselves to these Instagram models, because obviously they had some type of insecurity about themselves. They didn't like a certain part on their body. They didn't want to work out, or maybe working out was just slowing down their progress, and they wanted to become a rapper. But they know, like, you know, when they in the rap industry, like, they have to look a certain part to be accepted, or, you know, for people to like really vibe with them. They feel like they have to look like this because social media has brainwashed everybody. So you don't know what that female, how she felt about herself before she went and got surgery. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she probably after surgery still has insecurities. Maybe she thought she had too much surgery. Maybe she thinks now, you know, her hips are too wide, or her butt is just too big for her legs. Like, look at what happened to K Michelle. Like, you know, she got all those, I think she got ass shots. I don't know if she had surgery. I think she got, was it ass shots? She got something done. And she had to end up taking it out because it was tearing her down, like, as far as her health. Like, we don't know what these people are going through, or what their insecurities are, what their mental state is. Like, we have to stop comparing ourselves to these people on Instagram. Because I guarantee you, they going through the struggle every day. Not necessarily financial struggle, but they going through something every single day. Whether it's a domestic relationship that they can't get out of, whether it's a, you know, maybe their label is just like working the shit out of them, or not treating them fair. Like, you don't know what it is that they're going through. They might be going through a lawsuit. Like, you don't know what it is, but they're gonna post what they're going through as far as happiness. They're not gonna post the bad things that are happening to them. They're gonna always post positivity and what's going on with them that makes them happy, because that's the type of information or content they want to put out. They're not going to put out, oh, my nigga cheated last night. Why would they put that out? If they trending right now because they couple goals, why would they put out, oh, my nigga cheated last night? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to stop comparing yourself to people on social media. Like, and if, you know, even if it's not just social media, if it's somebody else that's successful in life and you want to be where they are, you can't tear yourself down and be like, well, why? That's why, because you keep asking why. Instead of you clapping for her, congratulating her, or asking her tips on how she did this, or, you know, like, being inspired, you looking like a hater right now, because you like, why, you know, why can't I do, or why this happened for her? That's why you're not happy for others. That's why it's not happening for you. So yeah, social media versus real life. Social media is fake. Real life is real life. Social media is an app that you log into, that you post things on. Real life is what you're living, what you have to live. Like, fake, real. Fake, real. Stop comparing yourself. It will happen when it's supposed to happen for you. Okay, y'all, so the next topic we have is outgrowing friendships. And I feel like this is a very, like, important topic, only because I feel like I think a lot of people, like, confuse outgrowing a friendship and cutting a friend off. I feel like when you cut a friend off, it's because they did something horrible to you. Whether it was steal from you, sleep with your man behind your back. They did some very shicey shit, like some unforgivable things. But I feel like when you outgrow a friendship, you just got into a point where y'all basically no longer share interests. Y'all basically no longer have the same thing in common. Like, y'all don't have that chemistry anymore that helped bring y'all sisterly bond together at some point in life. And I just feel like it's okay to outgrow friendships. Everybody's friendship is not meant to last forever. You have some friends for a season and you have some friends for a lifetime. Like, and I just feel like when you outgrow a friendship, there should never be any type of beef afterwards. I do feel like it's only right to have like some type of communication or some type of conversation or some type of closure to end things, especially if y'all didn't end on bad terms. If there's something that, you know, maybe you guys just weren't like clicking about anymore, I feel like that's definitely, you should be mature enough to have a conversation with that person and just be like, listen, like, I've tried, you know, I feel like right now, the place that we are in life right now, I just feel like our friendship has run its course and I still love you, but I don't see us, you know, as being, you know, best friends anymore because, you know, this may have happened or this may have been said or whatever. But everybody does not think that way. Everybody is just so quick to just cut people off and they automatically just assume it's beef. No, I don't care if me and somebody was friends at one point and we're no longer friends anymore. If I considered you a best friend, if I considered you a sister, if I loved you, I still love you. I still have love in my heart for you. If something was to happen to you today, I promise you, I would be heartbroken. I would cry. Like, I just feel like it should never be to a point where there is hate, because it's like when you start to hate somebody after a friendship, especially if they did nothing to you that's just extreme and over the top, that's unforgivable, were you ever really their friend? So I think people get that confused. They get confused between cutting somebody off for doing something that's just, there's no talking about it, I don't want to be in the same room with you, versus just outgrowing a friendship. And I feel like most friendships, most long-term friendships, like whether it was 10 plus years, 15 plus years, I feel like most of these friendships started off when y'all were younger, like when y'all were kids or teenagers in high school. And I feel like, you know, most of the time you grew up with your best friend of that many years. And so it's like, I feel like it's kind of hard to transition from being a teenager and being a friend as a teenager when transitioning into adulthood and being a friend as an adult, because y'all may go into two separate directions with y'all life as an adult, versus, you know, when you're in high school together, you're in the same school, you most of the time have the same classes, like y'all have nothing but time on y'all hands. Y'all stay with y'all parents, y'all have no real responsibilities, no worries, you just living a carefree life. So all you had time for was to entertain your friends, go to their house, do sleepovers, stay on the phone all day, be into boys, link up at, you know, different parties, like link up at the skating rink, whatever it was that was y'all thing. Like, y'all had nothing but time for each other, so you had time to show up for that person, you had time to talk to that person all day. Versus when you transition into an adult, now, you know, you have real responsibilities, whether it's you had kids, you got married, got engaged, whether you have a new job or career that's taking up all of your time, or whether you know you turn into a traveler, like you like to travel places, you know, and maybe y'all just not really sharing that chemistry anymore, because one friend may have had kids or still having kids and got married, and now she's a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home wife, doesn't have to work because her husband takes care of everything. And maybe this friend doesn't have any kids, they're focused on their career right now, they're focused on, like, you know, like they are not interested in becoming a mom right now. So it's like, what do y'all have in common? What can y'all talk about? You know, I feel like there's some friends who can still click, who still can find some type of interest, but I feel like most of those friendships, it's because y'all are on two different paths. Like, if you have a friend that, you know, like, say for instance, you like to eat sushi, or you like seafood, or you like to go bowling, or you like to go, you know, to the movies, or you like to go ice skating. But this friend, they're just not into that. This friend over here is just not into that. They're into like going to the club. They're into going to the bars, and you're not into that. It's like, you know, how can y'all hang out? And so I just feel like that's another thing. I feel like women shouldn't be jealous of their friends meeting other friends and having other friendships in life, because you know, you got those catty females that's like, that's my best friend, she not gonna be having no other friends, or you make time for her but you ain't make time for me, and it's always some type of jealousy when, you know, some females see their friends moving on and, you know, gaining other friendships, and they find that as that person being fake. No, it's like, if we don't have any similarities in some of the things I like to do, if I can't call you and say, let's go bowling or let's go ice skating or whatever, because that's not your thing, like, am I supposed to just not go bowling and not go ice skating? Am I just supposed to go to the club with you because that's what you like to do? I just feel like you should be understanding. If your friend meets new people, you should want your friends to meet new people and be in a new atmosphere around a new circle, because if they meet somebody, maybe they're networking and that person can put them on to, you know, another type of career, or you just never know why that person came into their life. So I just feel like that jealousy shit, like about your friends having other friends, that's just very catty. It's very petty, and I just feel like a lot of friendships end over small things like that. And also, I feel like what kills a friendship is distance between friends, because you know, if you and your friend grew up in the same hometown, for instance, and one friend might move to another city or move to another state that's hours away, or you know, you have to take a plane, or even if it's a car job, it's still like hours away, you guys can't always pull up on each other, or you know, be around each other as often as you would if y'all were in the same hometown 10 minutes down the street from each other. And I just feel like when you start to not really have time for each other anymore, you start to meet new people, you start to like gain new friendships, you start to like, you know, like be in a whole different world than your best friend. But I just feel like that sisterly bond, that chemistry that y'all had at one point, that should still be strong enough to hold y'all together regardless of what the distance is. And I just feel like when it's not holding it together, then it's time to let that friendship go. And I think it was like something trending on TikTok. It was like there was like some type of thing going on where people was basically comparing high maintenance friendships and low maintenance friendship. Like, if you're a high maintenance friend, you're one of those friends that like to talk on the phone all the time, like to be around your friend all the time, like to, you know, show up with gifts, and just like, you know, basically just want to be your everything's about your friend. You showing your friend off. You're always, you know, wanting to just do friendship things. Like, you always want to go on trips, girls trips. You always want to have girls night out, girls night in. Like, you're just that type of friend that just has to speak to your friend every day. And I think the low maintenance friend is more like the chill one that, you know, they don't really want to be bothered. They don't want to sit on the phone all day. They don't want to always have girls night in or sleepovers or whatever. They're like the complete opposite. My opinion on that, because I feel like I'm kind of like in between. Like, I feel like I'm a very chill person. I like my space. I like to be home alone sometimes. I don't like to be bothered all the time. Like, but I'm also that friend, like, I do enjoy talking to my friends. We don't have to talk every hour today, but if like my friend Martavia, if she calls me, we could be on the phone for hours and hours talking about just random shit, or just talking about just goals, or just talking about just, you know, like, and we damn near call each other almost all the time. But I'm also one of those friends, like, when I don't feel like being bothered, I just don't feel like being bothered. I'm also one of those friends, like, if I don't feel like having no company, I'll be like, girl, I'm tired. Okay? And it's not me trying to be fake, or it's not me trying to lie my way out of something. It's just like, I feel like I have the type of friends that will still pull up regardless. So I just kind of like, and I don't be wanting to hurt their feelings, but I tell them straight up, I'm like, girl, I just, you know, I've been in my little mood. Like, well, I have a friend that me and her, literally, we can go 2 or 3 years without talking. The moment we have a conversation, after not talking for 2 or 3 years, literally on the phone for hours, catching up. And I still consider her a friend. Like, I love her dearly. Like, I still consider her a friend because I know I can call her and talk to her about anything. I guarantee you, if I don't talk to my friends every single day, the moment them bitches call me and say they in trouble with something, whether it's some bitches pulling up to fight, whether it's a nigga that's showing out and need his ass whooped, whether it's oh, you know, I'm in trouble, or them bitches call me, I'm showing up. I'm that type of friend. Like, I could be low maintenance and chill and to myself, but whenever you need me and you call me, whenever, you know, like, even if you need groceries, like, and I know I can give you the groceries, or I know I can take you shopping, or, you know, like, I'm be there for you, I'm gonna pull up. Like, you don't have to speak to your friends every single day on the phone just to confirm what type of friends you are. If you know you're a friend, you know every time your friends call you, you're there for them. Every time they need a shoulder to cry on, you there for them. Anytime they just want to call you and just go off and just, you know, vent to you and just like release some stress, and you know you the person that answers the phone for them. Or if they in need of something and you know you have to get out your bed and go see what they got going on, like, I just feel like, you know, like you're still a friend. Like, when my friend called me and I knew she was going through something mentally and she wasn't emotionally there or mentally there, and I know she needed someone to talk to and a hug, I didn't tell her I was finna come pull up. I didn't tell her I was on the way. I didn't tell her what my plans were. I just pulled the fuck up on her. She wasn't home. The bitch wasn't home. She was on a damn date. Called myself being nice and pulling up and shit. She wasn't home, but, and I'm like I said, I'm kind of in between. Like, I feel like I'm a low maintenance friend and a high maintenance friend. So I just feel like, you know, like, a lot of people, they stop being friends with people because they like, we don't need to talk no more. We don't even, you know, I barely hear from her. Like, I just feel like as long as I'm being a friend when I'm supposed to, we don't have to talk every single day. Like I said, we're adults now. We don't have time to sit on the phone all day. So I just feel like, you know, you just got to be understanding as a friend. And you just have to, I feel like you should just have to be the friend that you're wanting or expecting your friends to be to you. If you know that you don't ever buy birthday gifts, why the hell is you expecting a birthday gift? Or if you know the most you spend on a birthday gift is $20, why the hell is you expecting your friend to buy you a Chanel purse? If you know you've never given your friend this big extravagant party to congratulate them on something or to celebrate them about something, why are you expecting a party in return? Like, I just feel like you gotta be the friend that you're expecting them to be. Like, you can't be, no, this ain't all about you and it ain't all about them. So if y'all are like, you know, if y'all on the same page, good. Reciprocation is there, good. But if you're not doing half of the shit you asking them to do, girl, be quiet. Go to sleep. Like, sit down somewhere. Now, if you just got one of those low maintenance friends that just, they never show up to shit, they never support you, they never answer the phone, or they're never there when you need a shoulder to cry on, they just never want to be around, they never want to be, you know, engaged in anything that you got going on, or they never want to do anything to keep y'all bond together, like they just, you know, all in their own little world, then yeah, y'all are outgrowing each other. And then, you know, as a high maintenance friend, I feel like you have to also understand, like, everybody is not up for that, you know, especially as adults, because everybody got their own thing going on as an adult. Like, again, we didn't have responsibilities back in the day. If, you know, if we have kids and you don't have kids, like, we have to find something else that we have in common. You know what I mean? Because if I got my kids, but you don't have any kids at all, and you want to go to a club, and I say I can't go because I have a babysitter, now, you know, you gonna go find somebody else to go to the club, or you gonna be mad or salty. Girl, you ain't never got no babysitter. We can't never go nowhere. Like, I just feel like you just gotta be understanding of each other. I feel like it depends on the friendship itself. You know that you're outgrowing a friendship, like I stated before, when y'all no longer share any type of chemistry. Y'all no longer have a connection. Y'all no longer share anything in common. If y'all are just going in two different routes and y'all don't have something that centers y'all and still bring y'all together, then more than likely you're outgrowing that friendship. Say, for instance, if you launch a business and you realize none of your friends supported you, none of your friends came to your grand opening, none of your friends came to your launch party, none of your friends reposted your stuff, none of your friends help you promote, none of your friends asked you how your business is going, none of your friends were there when you needed them to talk to or just release some type of stress, or like if you brought up something about your business, like they, you know, just kind of like brush it off and change the subject. If you have a friend that just, they never congratulate you on anything that you accomplish, if you have a friend that every time you have an event or every time you're celebrating yourself, like whether it's a birthday, graduating, a wedding, engagement, any type of celebration about you, and they can never come, never show up, never, they always have an excuse, and their excuse is, I was tired, or I ain't had nothing to wear, or I just didn't feel like being around people, or you know, something pissed me off and I just wasn't in the mood. Like if they have some type of shitty ass excuse that prevents them from getting on that road and getting their stuff together and coming to support you, that's a very non-supportive friend. I feel like that friend is envious of you. They give no fucks about you succeeding and accomplishing your goal. They might want to see you doing good but not better than them. They might want to see you happy but not happier than them. Like you have to just kind of like sit back and like really like take into consideration who's really down for you, who's really been there for you. Like you talking about something that's, you know, celebrating you, like, oh, I just got a new house, like I'm so excited, and then they switch the conversation to like, yeah, I just started a new job, without, you know, without acknowledging that you just said you got a new house. It's just like you have to like kind of like pinpoint certain conversations and certain things that are being said. I just feel like in those situations you just have to kind of like take a step back and be like, you know, like damn, okay. And so I just feel like knowing the difference between a friend and a friend that's not a friend, basically a friend that's a hater, you just have to pick out the Regina Georges in your group, like the mean girl, like the one that's always shady as fuck, like the one that's always being negative about everything about you, like the one that, you know, like a lot of girls, I'm one of those girls, they take things personal. As far as like, I recognize if I have a friend that has never gave me a compliment, regardless if it's something I'm wearing, like, or if it's a new hairstyle, or if it's, you know, anything that compliments me, like even if it's not just looks, like, oh bitch, your car nice, like, you know, like I notice friends that don't say anything, and I take that personal, because it's like, damn bitch, I know you know I got a new car, like how it look, like I know you notice this hairstyle on me, I ain't never wore this hairstyle, how it look, like, you know, like we best friends, like you supposed to hype me up, you supposed to be my best friend, you supposed to hype me up, like, you know, not saying that, again, this is not to bash anybody personally in my personal life, like this is just like, this is something I noticed. Like I observe a lot of things in different friendships I've had several friendships over my years, like from a teenager to now, like, and I sit back and I observe things. But then those same, how you know the differences, because you do have some females that they just don't realize that they're not complimenting you. They think that you look cute, but they just don't know how to say it. What you have to sit back and observe is if they never compliment you, but then they're the same ones that's calling you like a week later, like, girl, who did your hair, or where you get that outfit from you had on the other night. Those are the type of friends. That's the difference between a friend and a friend that's a hater. Like if you have a friend that never congratulates you, like I said, for example, if you go get a house, they want to start talking about their car. They'll be like, congratulations bitch, I'm so proud of you, you know, like you did this, you've been talking about this house and you finally did it, I'm so excited, I'm so happy for you. If you don't hear that type of like congratulations from your friend, but you know your friend is happy for you because your friend came over and helped you clean up the house, your friend came over, she helped you decorate, like, you know, that's why I say you have to learn how to know the difference between a friend that just, they're not verbally expressive, like they don't show emotion or they don't express themselves verbally, but they show that they care or that they're happy for you by showing up, versus those friends that don't say anything verbally and also they don't show up either, but they the same friend that be like, oh well, who is your realtor, I'm gonna see if I can get me a house, But they didn't show up to your housewarming. They didn't show up when you know, got your keys and you wanted a bunch of, you know, intimate friends to come over so you could pop a bottle of champagne and, you know, like, just celebrate yourself. Like, you have to, like, I just feel like you just have to know the difference. Like, and you can tell the difference. Everybody can tell the difference when it comes to knowing if their friend is being shady and their friend that's not being shady, but just not, they're not an affectionate person. They don't know how to, like, say how they feel or show they don't know how to say what they're feeling or what they're thinking, but they show you. I feel like that's still a friend, but they're not as, what's the word? They're just not as verbal with their affection versus that friend that's just non-verbal every time it comes to you and they don't show up. They, like, you know, but they got questions about how you got there, how you get there, and how you, yeah, you just have to know the difference. You have to know the difference. And I just feel like, again, if you outgrow a friendship is just like relationships. Some relationships don't work out. I feel like it's more draining and it takes more energy to hold on to it, knowing that it's already dead and there's no fixing to it, versus just letting it go. You could just let it go, have a conversation, and there be no beef. Y'all could be cordial. Y'all could still say hey. Y'all could still support each other. And, like, you know, like, if you see they posted something on Facebook, like, you know, they passed an exam or they got a new job, you still can congratulate them. You still can show love, because at one point you did love that person. Like, don't flex like that wasn't your ride or die or your best friend or your bestie or your bitch. Like, don't be on no salty petty shit like that, because you block your blessings like that. You still be happy for them. You still congratulate them from a distance. Like, you still show love. Like, you still be cordial with that person. You still, like, you know, you still have feelings. Like, that person still holds a place in your heart, regardless of if y'all are still tight or if y'all still hang out. That was your friend at one point. So I just feel like you have to know the difference between outgrowing a friendship and just having to cut a bitch off. Like, to me, somebody has to really do some grimy and shicey shit to me for me to cut them completely off. Or they had just been done with me in order for me to be done with them too. I just feel like I'm at an age now, I really don't care about fighting for something that I know, like, that person is not fighting with me for. Like, if they're not fighting for the friendship, I'm not going to fight for the friendship. If they don't want to have a conversation, I'm not gonna have a conversation. I can be a bigger person. I can, you know, tell them, like, look, like, you know, I didn't mean it like that, or I didn't think it would come to this, or I feel like, you know, we still can fix this, or I can be that person. But if I feel like I've done that before, if I feel like I've fought long enough and that person just wasn't fair to me and they just disappeared, only thing I can do is support them in that matter. Like, if they want to move on with their life and not speak to me ever again, what can I do? Other than, like, still, you know, like, I still care. I still, you know, like I said, if something was happening to you, I'm gonna be heartbroken. But, like, what can you do in that point? Like, what can you say, or what can you do? If they made up their mind that they don't want to deal with you anymore, you can't do anything about that. The only thing you can do is support them and just allow them to go on with their decision and go on with their life and love them from a distance. Like, every friendship is not gonna last. Don't be one of those females that's just upset because somebody didn't show up to your birthday dinner. Because I be seeing that meme going around. I'm like, it's some truth in that, because people really do be upset about their birthday. I don't know what it is about women and their birthday, but they really be upset. Like, don't be one of those friends that, you know, for a fact your friend has shown up every time you called on her, or your friend has shown up to all of the important things in your life, or your friend has celebrated your birthday with you all the time, and maybe something happened, they couldn't make it one year, or, you know, something came up, and you just not being that understanding friend, like, oh yeah, you know, like, she's been there, like, this ain't her every year, like, you know, like, I'm gonna be understanding. Like, versus if you have a friend that's just never came to anything, never showed up to anything. That's what I mean by you have to know the difference between a friend and a friend that's a hater. Like, you have to know the difference between a Catty Heron and a Regina George. If y'all seen Mean Girls, like, you have to know the difference between the two. Like, all friends are not hating on you. All friends are not being shady towards you. All friends are not trying to be non-supportive. All friends are not, you know, being envious. You just have to know the difference. You have to pick out those ones and cut them off and just be done with them. Not cut them off. I just told y'all it's the difference between, but end things with them. Like, you just gotta know. I feel like you should know. You should know. You should know. Again, don't hold on to something that's just not there no more. Like, if it's not there, it's just not there. You can't make it happen. You can't make fetch happen. Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not going to happen. As y'all can tell, I love Mean Girls. That's like my favorite movie ever. But anyways, moving on. Okay, so we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna move on to these damn niggas. It's like, no. But my next topic is dating a man with kids. I feel like, I guess it depends on you and where you are in life. If you know you are one of those women who you don't have kids, you never want to have kids because you don't, you know, you're selfish with your time and it's all about you, and you don't want it, you know, you don't want to be selfish with the kid and knowing that you might not have time for them because either you're in a career that takes up all your time, or, you know, you know, you're a busy person and you just feel like you're too busy to be a mom or whatever, and you just don't want kids. Like, I feel like you deserve to have a man also with no kids. It's like, if you don't even want your own children, why would you want to be a stepmom to someone else's children? Because regardless if you're biological or step parent, you're still a parent, and you still have to find some type of time to set aside for those children, especially if you're going to be married to their father. So I just feel like, you know, like, if you don't have kids and you never want to have kids, you don't see kids in your future because it's all about you right now. It's all about your career. It's all about, you know, you experiencing life, traveling the world, not having any type of responsibilities other than yourself, and you just, your mind is made up. Like, you don't, you know, you rather be the auntie. That's completely fine. Find somebody out there that's exactly like you, has no kids, they have all the time in the world to travel, have all the time in the world to date. You don't have to worry about them not having a babysitter so y'all can go places. And for women who have kids, I feel like when you have a child or you have children, you can't be unfair to the man and tell them you can't have no kids. I can't date you because you got kids. Bitch, you have kids. So what do you mean? You can't be unfair and be like, I'm not dating you because you got kids. I'm not finna deal with that baby mama drama. Da, 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 da. No, you don't have to deal with no baby mama drama. If he's a man that has kids and you know this baby mama is crazy, she's bitter, she's mad, and she's crazy about him, she's still in love with him, no, you don't have to deal with that. That's when you ask questions. You ask them, are you still involved with your children's mom? You know, are y'all still in love? How long have y'all been apart? Or, you know, you ask questions, you get to know him, and those are the questions that you ask him if you're considering dating him. But if it's a man that just, they have kids, like, you know, and they're a great father, they're in their children's life, they have no type of relationship with the mom, they have no plans or no intentions on getting back with the mom, them and the child's mom is just at a place where they just want to co-parent. They may still have like some type of friendship where they, you know, what's up nigga, you coming to get little Ray Ray, like, you know, like, if you have a man that's doing good by his kids and taking care of business, has no type of relationship, is no type of intimate relationship with the mom, and you don't have to worry about baby mama drama, I find nothing wrong with that. I feel like that man deserves a chance, you know, because he's doing right by his kids. He's taking care of his responsibility. He's not a deadbeat. He's not, you know, like, he's taking care of his kids. Like, so I just feel like that's your decision to make on how many kids. And I do feel like there should be like a cap on how many kids you would play stepmom to. Now, if it's a nigga that, you know, he a sorry ass man, he a sorry ass father, you never see him with his child, you never see him post anything about his child, he's behind on child support. Now, if you choose to deal with that, that's your hell to pay. Like, if you want to go through hell with this man, then that's on you. I wouldn't personally deal with, I'm not finna deal with nobody that don't take care of their kids. Because if you don't take care of kids with this other woman, how you gonna take care of the kids we have in the future? How you gonna step in and be a step parent to my child? Just be fair if you have children. So if you don't want him treating you that way, or you don't want these men out here treating you that way because you have kids, you have to be considerate. You have to be fair. So I just feel like, again, that's a personal decision. That's all the advice I can give you. And yeah, just don't be dating deadbeats. Those are the only men I will advise you to just don't even look their way. Because why is you laying up with the man that don't take care of his kids? Period. Okay, our next topic is ending toxic relationships, deal breakers. I feel like women, we know when we've had enough. We know when we're completely done. Like, we know when we just can't take it no more. And I feel like before women leave the situation physically, we've already left the relationship mentally and emotionally. Probably weeks ago, probably months ago, probably a year ago. Like, before we physically walk away from the situation, we've already left mentally and emotionally. And I feel like once you emotionally detach yourself and mentally detach yourself from a situation or a person, it's not hard, or it's not going to be long before you actually can physically detach yourself from that person. I feel like a lot of women are so content with this person, so content with this relationship, so comfortable with this person. This person is all that they know, because maybe they met this person when they were teenagers and they grew up with this person. And I feel like a lot of women, they look at the years built into this relationship and they base their happiness off how long it's been, or all of the time that they put into this relationship, all of the things they put up with in the past. And it's just like, when are you going to choose you? When are you going to choose your happiness? And I just feel like toxicity is being mistaken for happiness these days. I don't know if it's more so like the younger generation that finds that shit cute. Nothing is cute about being toxic or being in a toxic relationship. And I just feel like the moment you realize that you've had enough and what you're not going to deal with, you're going to know. You're going to know emotionally and mentally. Like, your heart wants what it wants. And if you want to be truly happy and you know you want to be married, you want to be in a fully committed relationship, and you don't want to deal with going through nobody's phone or looking at nobody's location, pulling up on nobody to fight them, like arguing all the time, you know, having to keep on telling a nigga how to love you, you know when enough is enough. And if you want the complete opposite, you want to find true happiness where you don't even have to lift a finger or speak about what you want. A man just shows it to you, and a man just treats you like a queen and just loves on you and cares for you and give you the security that you need. He's going to give you that security where you don't have to worry. Like, you don't have to worry about pulling up. You don't have to look at his location. You don't have to go through his phone, because you're secure in your relationship, because he's going to give you that security. But until you realize your worth, until you want that, this is what you're going to be dealing with. This little boy that has not grown up yet, that's giving you the complete opposite, that's putting you through hell, taking you through this toxic cycle. I just feel like because you're so content with this person, because you are so comfortable and so scared of starting over, and because you feel like you put so many years into this relationship, everything that this toxic man or boy does to you, you're going to continue to look past it, and you're going to continue to like just sweep it underneath the rug. And that's what toxicity is. Like, he knows that last time he cheated, all you did was pull up, all you did was punch him in the face, try to hit the girl, show your ass, go home and damage his stuff, like, and turn up, but then you took him back. So now, you know what I'm saying, he's thinking like, oh, okay, well, if I cheat, that's all she gonna do. She's still gonna take me back. Because it's like, and the reason why he keeps coming back is, sorry y'all, so if it looks a little darker outside, I had to give my battery a moment to just get themselves together, because she decides she wants to show off in the middle of me filming my content. Like, my battery decides it wants to go dead, and I haven't bought another battery, so whenever my battery gets exhausted in the middle of me filming, I have to like let the bitch charge. So that's why it may look a little dark outside. Y'all probably didn't even notice that until I said it, so I just need to shut up and continue what I was saying. Anyways, that's that toxic shit I was talking about. My battery is being very toxic right now. But anyways, I think where I left off is, oh yeah, Men know when they have a good woman. Don't let these men fool y'all. They know before you leave the relationship, before you move on, and they want to come back and be like, oh, I didn't know what I had. Oh, I was stupid. I was dumb. I didn't know back then, but now they know. A good woman will always be a good woman. I just feel like women, we have the upper hand. We have the upper hand, and some of us don't know that we have the upper hand. P is power. I'm not going to say the word, but that P is power. We have the upper hand. Men might think they run this world, baby. But like Marvin, was it Marvin Gaye or James Brown? I don't even fucking know. I don't even know why I'm bringing this up. I don't even know who the fuck sang the song. But it's a man's world. But it's nothing without a woman. Are those the lyrics? Let me look up the lyrics real quick, because I'm over here quoting shit. Don't even know who sang it. Don't even know the exact words. It's a man's world, but it ain't nothing without. Let me see. Oh, it's James Brown. So at least I had him in the y'all know what I mean. It's a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman. That's what it is. This is a man's world, but it will be nothing without a woman. Or is it nothing without a woman or girl? I don't know. These lyrics are throwing me off. But anyways, like James Brown said, it might be a man's world, but it's nothing without a woman. Okay? And I just feel like you just gotta know your worth, sis. Like, you gotta know what you're worth. You gotta know what you want. You gotta know what you deserve. Like, and you'll know when it's time to end things. And as far as deal breakers, for me, a deal breaker is cheating altogether. Like, nigga, no, we're not doing this. It's too many STDs going around. It's too many, like, it's just too much going on in this world for you to be out here just messing around with other women. Like, you don't know what type of love I watch a lot of damn TV. You don't know what type of love triangle you putting your wife or your girlfriend in with a crazy bitch out there that is gonna fall in love with you. They gonna look at it more so as a relationship or somebody they fell in love with versus just a quick nut. Then they gonna turn psycho, and now you putting your girlfriend and your wife in danger. Like, you know, I just feel like, no, we're not doing the cheating thing. I watch a lot of Fatal Attraction. I watch a lot of Snapped. I watch a lot of just First 48. I watch a lot of TV. And I watch a lot of Element movies. Like, I'm not finna be in no love triangle. I'm not finna be. If you're gonna allow a nigga to cheat on you, and you're gonna continue to take him back after he cheat on you, and you know his cheating is just not changing, he's not growing from it, he's gonna continue to do the same thing, you might as well just make it an open relationship. You might as well just allow it to be a polygamous relationship, with whatever bitch he decides he wants to bring along. Like, I just feel like it's no point of you nagging, it's no point of you complaining if you're gonna allow it. That's just my opinion. Again, do what you want to do, sis. Like, but I feel like, you know, if you're gonna allow it, you're gonna continue this toxic cycle. You can't complain about anything. You can't be mad at nothing. You can't be questioning him about nothing. You can't be pulling up on him. Like, me, I'm not gonna deal with no cheater. And I'm definitely, this is like the #1 deal breaker. I don't care what the situation was. I don't care how it happened. I don't care who it happened with. I don't care when it happened. If you have a baby during the time frame we are together, nigga, you are done. You are done for. There's no questions. There's no talking about it. There's no discussion. You are done for. And that's all I got to say. No babies. I will not deal with a nigga having a baby on me. Some women are strong enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm weak as hell. I'm weak in the knees. I can't deal with it. Can't deal with it. Won't deal with it. If I ain't out here having babies on you, if I ain't out here tricking on you, don't do it to me. Don't do to me what you don't want done to you. That's a message for you niggas. Like, I can't deal with the baby making and stuff outside of our relationship. No. Can't do it. Okay, moving on. So our next topic is how long before a woman should start back dating after her relationship ends, and is she a hoe for moving on? The reason why I chose this topic is because I was recently talking to a guy friend of mine on the phone, and we had like a whole argument. It escalated so bad. And I'm just like, it was just so like juicy, like the debate. I love to debate with people. I should have been on like a debate team. But no, I just feel like he just was not making sense to me. To answer that question as simple as possible, when should a woman start back dating after a relationship ends? When she's ready. Whether that's a day later, 2 days later, a week later, a month later, 2 months later, a year later, 2 years later, it does not matter. Whenever she is ready, whenever she feels like she is ready to give someone else her attention, she has the right to do so. I do feel like we as women should take our time and heal at the relationship, whether it was long-term or short-term. If you just got out of a situation where y'all were official boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife, or whatever y'all may call it, I do feel like you should give yourself time to heal before jumping into the next relationship. But as far as dating is so like, it's so innocent. It's very casual. Like, if somebody invite me to go out to eat, that's all it is. We're just going out to eat. But I just feel like if she's just dating, she's just talking to somebody, if she's just exploring her options after a long-term relationship, she hasn't been single for a while because she's been with this person, why is that such a big deal? Again, give yourself time to heal. Of course, don't wear your heart on your sleeve. You don't want to jump from one relationship to another without healing from the previous relationship, because all of that baggage, all of that hurt, all of that, whatever you went through, the reason why your previous relationship ended, everything that you're holding on to with that relationship because you haven't fully healed, you're going to bring it into your next relationship. So that's the only thing I can advise, is make sure you are fully healed before committing to someone totally new. Nobody puts titles on a situation after one date. Nobody is ready to go jump the broom after one date. Dating is just what it is. And I feel like with dating, you're single and you're able to date whoever you want to. And we were speaking on a situation, it was about a celebrity. I'm not gonna say their name because, I mean, whatever. And I was like, because she was in this long-term relationship, this public relationship, and we didn't know whether they broke up or not. They never confirmed whether they broke up or not. And so it was rumors that she was dating this other guy. And so he was like, oh, she a hoe, man. I don't see why the hell he trying to wife her. She a hoe. And I'm like, what makes her a hoe? We've only known her to be in a few relationships that were public. And they were all long-term relationships. What makes her a hoe? For moving on. We're still on one hand how many relationships we know of that she's been in. We don't know this girl personally. We just know her life on social media. We just know her life in the public eye. Why? We don't know when she broke up with this person before she moved on and started dating this person, if it's even true. We don't know. Like I said earlier, women, we have a funny way of how we move on from a relationship. Just because we haven't left the relationship, that doesn't mean that we're still in the relationship. Like, we haven't physically left, but mentally we have. So I just feel like we don't know if she moved on months ago. We don't know if we don't know. Like, everything that we know is in the public eye. And if they haven't announced it or she hasn't confirmed it, like, how you just, oh, she don't know, nobody need to wife her, she a hoe, because she's a woman, because she knows how to move on, because she not sliding down the wall listening to Mary J. Not Gonna Cry. And I feel like that's where they get so mad. And they start calling you a hoe, calling you all types of bitches or whatever, calling out your name and disrespecting you, because they're so used to, we've made them comfortable. We've spoiled them so much to where they're so used to like the early 90s and the early 2000 women, when we used to just sit in bed and cry and eat chocolate and listen to love songs and take forever to move on and just be crazy over them, begging them, blowing their phone up. But I feel like women these days in 2022, baby, we the new niggas. And I feel like it's not even purposely. It's just like we have to have that type of demeanor, because these men will run over top of you. These men will find a way to break you. And I just feel like because we are in such a new era, like where women, we just not taking shit no more. And because we have so much more opportunity to like explore our options. Like I said, social media was not a thing back in the day, so maybe our grandmas and grandpas dealt with what they had to deal with their relationships because there wasn't that much opportunity for them to date other people or see that there's other people out there other than this one relationship, so they just stuck it out or whatever. In this day and age, you don't want to act right, nigga. Cause I got a wait list in my DM right now, and that's not even try to be on no whole shit or no thought shit. Like, that doesn't mean I'm gonna go sleep with all these different men. When you're done, you're done. It's the reason why you're done. They're in your past. You're looking forward to your future. And I feel like there's no time frame. Like, whenever she's ready. That's the answer to that question. And no, she is not a hoe for exploring her options and moving the fuck on. Period. Moving on, our next topic is, and we're almost done actually. Our next topic is, should women shoot their shot first? Most definitely. And that's not even being like a little thirsty hoe or just, you know, always in everybody DM. Like, I just feel like women, we know what we want. We know who we want. We know how we want things. Like, and it's just like, I feel like, why waste time? What if he never says anything to you? Or what if he never notices you? You're now passing up an opportunity for another woman to come along and possibly get his attention. And the whole time, if you would have just shoot your shot, or if you would have just sent him a message or went up to him and told him, you know, what it was, like, maybe he would have given you a chance. Maybe he would have been interested as well. Maybe he thought you had a boyfriend, the reason why he hasn't come and talked to you yet. I just feel like we live in a different time now. Is, you know, life is short. If you want something, go after it. That's just like, what's the worst that can happen? He's either gonna say yes, he's interested, or he's gonna tell you no. You move on after that. Now, if you're just a shy person, you don't know what to say, whatever, the only tips I can give you is just like start off real calm. Don't go in so aggressive and just straight up like, nigga, I want you to be mine. Like, you don't have to do all that. That's not what shooting your shot is. You can flirt a little bit first. Some people, before they slide in the DMs, they like to like a few pictures first. Maybe like 2 pictures, and if he catches on, he might come back and like 2 or 3 of yours. And then you go back and you like 2 or 3. Like, you know, like, if you want to start off that way, more than likely though, with the men, if they notice that y'all are kind of like going back and forth with liking pictures, they gonna go ahead and slide into your DM. They gonna be like, where you from? Or, you know, it's always gonna be some type of conversation started. But you don't have to go in so aggressively. Nobody's asking you to go in and send a paragraph. You just shooting your shot. Or just, some women are straightforward. Some women are very, like, they don't know how to beat around the bush. They gonna just throw the ball in the court. And they just gonna tell them what it is, like what they want. And, you know, either, like I said, what's the worst that can happen? Either they're interested and a conversation will occur and y'all will eventually just change numbers, eventually link up, see if there's a vibe, maybe get something out of it, whether it's a relationship or whether it's a friendship. What's the worst that can happen though? You won't know until you try. Man is supposed to pursue us. That's how it's supposed to be. But this day and age, men are no longer pursuing women the way they're supposed to. So I just feel like, shit, if men can do it, we can do it. If it's something you want, somebody you want, go for it. Like, shoot your shot. Like I said, what's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is he's saying no, or he might have a girlfriend or something. You never know until you try. Don't let time slip away. Don't let nobody else come and take your man, sis. If you want him, go after him. You never know. He probably feels the same way about you. Maybe he likes you, or maybe, you know, he was just, you just didn't know what to say. Like I said, maybe he thought you had a boyfriend. Maybe he thought you probably wasn't interested. You never know until you shoot your shots. And a lot of women behind these successful relationships that y'all see all over social media and stuff, the woman shot her shot. She tried to talk to him. Now they probably engaged or married with kids. Like, you just never know. You never know. And some women, not some women, some men like that, what's the word? Hold on. Because I feel like I'm about to say the wrong word. I ain't trying to embarrass myself. Yeah, assertiveness. I knew I was going to use the right word. And if I'm still using it in the wrong way, forgive me. I feel like I'm using the correct word. Some men like that assertiveness. Like, that turns them on, a woman that's confident and knows what she wants. So I just feel like life's short, go for it. If that's the man of your dreams, you've already planned y'all wedding, and you don't know this man from a can of paint, but he just looks so good on social media, or he just looks so good every time you go into his job and you see him working in his uniform. If you just can't keep your eyes off of him every time you see him, you just can't stop thinking about him at night. This man don't even know you. Like, stop living in this la la land, this fairy tale world. It just go shoot your shot. Make it reality. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so our last topic is, how long should you wait before having sex after the first date and talking? I feel like this kind of goes back to our original topic about how long a woman should take before she starts back dating. I feel like whenever you're ready to go to the next level, or if you feel like, you're sexually attracted to this person, or this person might, y'all might have something, or y'all just can't fight the attraction and you're ready to, go to the next level. I just feel like that's your decision. That's your body. We're all grown. We're all adults. Like, sex is a part of life. Sex is something that everybody in this world wants as an adult. Just make sure at the end of the day that you're protecting yourself, that you want to go get your yearly or 6-month routine checkups, or however often you go get tested. Make sure you're using protection. Like, nobody should judge you if you decide to have sex on the first date, if you decide to wait 3 months later, if you decide to wait a year later. Like, that's your decision. If you decide to be celibate, Lord. Y'all, it's gotten so late, and I am so glad we are at the end of this video, because my words are starting to slur and I'm starting to stutter. But I feel like if you want to be celibate until marriage, if you want to be abstinent for a year or two, take a year or two off, like, whatever decision you make, that's your decision. And I feel like the guy that you're dealing with, if he really is into you, if he's very interested into you, if he's very interested in you, get it together, Brie. If that's not the only thing he wants from you, and he really wants to get to know you, he really wants to, like, build something with you, he will be understanding of your decision to be abstinent, celibate, or your 90-day rule, 30-day, whatever rule you have. If you're not ready, don't feel forced to be ready, because I promise you, you won't enjoy it if you're feeling forced. But he's just one of the ones that just can't take no for an answer, and then you feel pressure into doing. He doesn't understand. He's not the one for you. Just leave him alone, cut him off, because obviously he's telling you, without telling you in so many words, that that's all he wants from you. If he can't wait for you to, like, really get to know him, or get to a place where you're ready to give him that part of you, he's not the one for you. And if you just, if you know what you want, and you don't give a fuck about waiting, 30 days, 90 days, however long, and you ready after date 1, like, that's totally up to you. But just remember, if you do decide to do it as soon as after the first date or after the first night of talking, just don't get it twisted between what a one-night stand is and what talking or dating somebody is, or building a relationship is. Because if that guy, if that's all he wanted, or if that's all he needed to determine whether or not he want to take you on a second date, and he get it the first night, don't be mad when he stopped calling you. Don't be mad when he stopped texting you back, because maybe that's all he wanted. Or maybe he's just like, shit, I don't even gotta pursue her no more. Like, I got the panties. I got what I wanted. Like, so you can't be mad if that's the decision you made. But some relationships still work out even when you do it on the first night. So it's just like, I think it just depends on y'all two as individuals. Like, I don't think there is no type of requirement, no type of handbook that says when you have to, other than the Bible that tells you you're supposed to be celibate until marriage. We do know that. That's the only book that we have in written form that says we are supposed to wait until marriage. That's how it's supposed to be biblically. However, we know that we're not doing what we're supposed to on this earth. So yeah, just make that decision for you. Like, don't stop caring about what other people think about you. If you sleep with somebody on the first night and things don't work out, that's your story to tell. That's your secret to keep. Like, nobody should be judging you. Nobody on this earth is perfect. Nobody should be judging you for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just take care of yourself. Just don't be out here just giving it up to everybody that you meet. Like, you know, take care of yourself. Take your vitamins. You know, take your probiotics. Like, keep your hygiene up. Go to the doctor. Get tested. Use condoms. Get on birth control. And if you're doing all that, baby, you can do whatever you want to. Also, remember, soul ties are real. So whoever you sleep with, all those demons that they fighting, all that bad energy and negative energy, it transfers. So get to know these people before you decide to, you know, cock your legs up. Like, get to know these people. I'm telling you, those soul ties are real. You don't want to be attached to a mean and evil spirit. Like, just be careful. But do what you want to do. Be grown. Be grown, but be careful. That's all I can tell you, sis. So, y'all, we have finally made it to the end of this video. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. I'm so tired. I'm so glad we have made it to the end of this video. We have discussed all of these topics. I had to cut some of the topics out because I'm like, I didn't want the video to be too long. And I was just like, you know, maybe I could save these topics for another type of video. I just kind of like felt like they didn't kind of like go in the mix. And anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the things that we did discuss. Again, if there's something that you feel like I did not touch bases on, or even if you had a disagreement with something, I would love to hear your opinion down below. Or if you have any more questions to ask me, if you need any more advice from me, or if you need another, you know, perspective from me about another situation that I did not talk about, make sure you comment down below. I would love to hear any insight, any feedback, any input that you may have on this video in particular. Again, if you haven't already, go ahead, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to your girl. Subscribe. Matter of fact, I'm gonna wait right now for you to subscribe. I'm gonna give you a second. You subscribe? Okay. Make sure you also turn on your post notification bell because October is coming up. I want to participate in Vlogtober, so make sure you turn on those notifications so that you can be notified every time your girl Bri upload a video. And I'm trying my hardest to push myself to be more consistent for the remainder of this year because I really want my YouTube channel to grow. And I appreciate everybody who has subscribed and who has been keeping up with my channel. I do have some people that's like, girl, when the next time you gonna upload a new video? And I know y'all probably waiting on the try-on hauls, the Fashion Nova hauls, whatever. I'm looking and I'm putting stuff in my cart now. So I have plenty of try-on hauls coming up because I want to show my ass this fall. Like, I'm excited. Fall is my favorite season. I love putting together outfits in the fall and the winter. So all of that is coming. New content coming. And I just want to just show y'all appreciation and tell y'all how grateful I am for y'all showing love and riding with me. And make sure you stay y'all, I gotta go to sleep. Make sure you stay tuned for my next video. And we're going to end this here. Thank y'all for watching. Bye.